Right, probably.
I shall be back.
Test, test.
Is it just me, or is it very quiet in here?
It is very quiet in here.
Ah. Well, I have returned with meds.
Very good. How long before they kick in?
Their flu has actually been fairly quick acting. It's actually a pretty decent suppressant, but I mean, that's all it really does is suppresses. The other stuff that I'm on is Tamiflu, and that actually kills the virus. But I can only take that every 12 hours, or else problems happen.
Kills more than the virus?
Just a little bit. I was like, it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, I'm on both, and I'm like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. And I ended
Oh,
up
you
having
dust.
dusted a little bit.
That is, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need that.
yeah, not a good time. Yay.
It went sideways.
Whose job did we take?
That
Oh,
group that
right.
was heading down.
Yeah, the militia. To be fair, I think we saved all of their lives.
Saw their house was disheveled. It wasn't like completely destitute, but it didn't look like it's been maintained very well for a long while. So, upon entering in there, basically, I think it's Emberbeard. Hold on, I've had to write a lot of NPCs in the last couple days. Yeah, no, Emberbeard is who you're talking to, or you were supposed to talk to. Rockbreaker. Sorry, Anyway, you visit a noble. He basically told you the king is crazy, wants to dig underneath the cradles to find the resources that basically got the Caldorum started, and that you guys need to help him convince the other noble families to basically vote to crown a new king. And then once you went to visit the king, you basically got the opposite story, that it was the other noble who was the problem. You needed to take care of him. And I mean, you guys kind of got the idea. Basically, you were told by both sides to take care of the other side. Due to some arcane investigations and some just general knowledge of dwarves that between Vondar and the rest of the group, you discovered that the king, or not the king, the dwarven lord, was affected by something called the crown of Surtur, or the madness of Surtur. I don't remember exactly which definition I used, but it's one of those two. And so you started to suspect that there was a little bit of foul play going on from higher powers. And after reaching out to Tiamat, because the current dwarven lord basically told you that, oh yeah, we came to an agreement with her that she'll keep her dragons in place until we can just remove the cradles entirely and replace them with modern technology. That did not happen. Tiamat basically confirmed it for you, that conversation never happened, and her dragons were currently missing. So the group did some investigation by hopping to the plane of fire, and then went to pull the creatures in with a gate spell. Basically learning that you were up against armies and armies and armies of fire giants and fire elementals of various types. And through a little bit of conversation, the group decided that it was just best to destroy Surtur, because he was being a problem. So your solution was to throw a czar at him.
And it worked out fantastically.
That it did. That it did. And so basically the session ended with the rumble between Czar and Surtur coming to a conclusion.
Czar can stay in the group because Czar heard you guys said in order to stay in the group, you got to be able to take out at least one scion. And so I took out one scion of Surtur.
Took out Surtur himself.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I didn't want to get kicked out.
Bravo begins to clap. So
What
now that I was saying, what now? Since you've kind of eaten Surtur,
I think you guys need to cleanse the people he was fucking with.
So to the dwarven lords then, Vondar.
It occurs to me we don't know for sure if the influence he was under was malicious or cooperative.
Well, that, and we also don't know if he's going to be appreciative of the fact that he's lost the voice in his head.
Yeah.
Will be.
If we pop back in, I can always take a look since I noticed them last time to see if they're still there.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, good was done here, even if it's not immediately reflected in, everyone's personality.
Alright. Well, yeah, let's see if we can go meet them. Where are we anyway?
Still in the plane of fire. You basically had a giant mirror that you got to watch the fight through.
Oh, it would be plane of air, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Wednesdays.
Mixing up your characters, but yes, you knew what I meant.
I remember now.
Children of Tiamat, are you guys gonna be good now?
I assume one of you can plane shift.
What was his name? Hang on. The answer is yes. Just have to remember what his name was.
If not, the snowmen go with you guys, and I can help them.
Kreesgogs, which is the name of the fireworm. I think I can handle it. I got a headache though, so if you don't mind, we'd like to chill here just for a little bit.
Alright, I'll take the rest of us back to the city, probably a ways outside the palace.
Okay. So we will be still using the other map because I had no time to do anything this weekend game-wise other than some stuff in the background you'll find out about later.
That's
You said a ways outside the castle?
Yeah.
So, like, kind of where Tavern Market is, essentially.
Sure.
All right. As you return, it's chaos. You see dwarf against dwarf. Not like full on war, but it's like a giant tavern brawl has erupted in this, at least this immediate vicinity that you can see. There are dwarves fighting dwarves, fisticuff style, punching into the face, tackling each other, hitting each other with stone chairs.
Are any weapons being drawn? Any spells being cast?
Oh no, this just seems like a massive brawl.
Is this a pastime activity?
Someone rung the battle bell.
I'm casting
Go on.
detect magic to see if they're under any influence.
Oh, they're under the influence, all right.
There would be some lingering magic. It would be less active, but you'd see traces of magic. And its school, I believe, is illusion, but let me just double check to confirm that. Is that right? Oh, I guess I was wrong. It's an enchantment. But it's not. You can tell it's no longer active. These are just lingering effects of enchantment.
Anyone know calm emotions?
I know Calming Fist.
I know it once.
I'm not gonna go and punch an entire city unconscious. I think we should just
One
go
dwarf at a
with
time.
What is an AoE?
Oh, you know what? I could actually do that.
You are very fast.
Well, no. There's a way that I've been thinking about using my weapon that I haven't done before, and that basically turns me into a bomb. So I could try doing that, but these are civilians, and I don't want to accidentally kill anyone.
I'm gonna look at one of the dwarves and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you! Why are you punching that guy?"
I don't know. I'm just mad.
Ah, I see.
Seems fine.
And also, I should mention, you would notice by their garb that these are all nobles. And the only noble you don't see present is Kazik.
Are we outside right now? Are we in the-
Yes, you're basically, he said, a few feet outside, or a couple feet outside the
Alright.
castle.
I'm gonna pop my heels and fly up a little bit and see if this brawl is spreading out over the entire city.
As you fly up, basically, as you look towards the Noble's Ward, yes. The Warden's Ward, yes. Stone Ward, no. So it doesn't seem to affect it, based on what you're seeing. The more common folk or worker dwarves don't seem to be affected. It just seems to be soldiers or something of the like, and nobles.
But none of them are using lethal force.
Oh no, this is, like I said, this would be kind of like a citywide tavern brawl.
Yeah, okay. Well, as lethal as smashing a stone chair into a dwarf's head would normally be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly back down and relay this information.
Huh. I guess he had his mouth and a lot of ears.
What to do now? Maybe we should go try to find the king and cast calm emotions on him.
Well, yeah, we need to find Kazakhs, right?
Yeah, that's the Lord.
Shall we
Yeah,
go together, or do you want me to go fast?
We don't want to alarm his guards by having someone charge into the palace at high speed.
Fair point.
Well, the guards are probably quite occupied beating the shit out of each other right now.
Better safe than sorry.
Okay.
So I'll head towards the palace.
And as suspected, no resistance. As you walk through the door, the dwarves that are normally on duty protecting and serving and keeping the castle secure are actually nowhere to be seen.
Huh. You think the guards would at least be fighting?
Can we try to make it to the throne room?
Yes, absolutely. You know your way. It takes you no time at all to get there. And as you approach the doors, they do appear to be shut. But you can hear a solid thumping sound as if stone is being clashed against something.
I would like to begin pushing the doors open.
They appear to be barred from the other side. You can obviously make a strength check if you'd like to see if you can alleviate this
That
temporary
would involve
nuisance.
Getting off of the floor. I shall attempt to persuade this door to open. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Wow.
Fuck it. Oh well, actually, you know what? I'll just let you
Eh.
try that first before I do what I'm gonna do.
You can tell whatever's on the other side is extremely heavy.
Man, These doors are tough. I could explode it.
Do you want me to do it to get us through?
Ladies first.
I wish to cast pass wall. I cast wish to cast pass wall.
Okay. I mean, that lets you create a door on a surface that lets you basically walk right through, right?
Yep.
All right. Roll me a D100 just for. Oh, you're good.
68.
You're good. As long as it wasn't below a 30, you're fine. And a strange sight to behold as you see Lord Kazakh is being restrained by men who are wearing guard raiments, but are not the guards you saw before, or rather, they don't look like they did before, as they all appear to be dwarves made of pure marble. Vondar, you don't need to check. You know these are the crazy dwarves. These are called Forgotten Citadel dwarves. They're a very elite group of dwarves who never leave the plane that they're on, unless it's to do dwarven business. And they're usually only sent if someone has forgotten to turn in a book. You don't know to where, but apparently when a book is late, these guys get sent to kick someone's ass. So you got two of them restraining Lord Kazakh by the arms, as like 3 or 4 of them are moving at like not quite similar speeds, but you can tell they have like level 2 or level 3 speed active, and they're basically just like flash punching the shit out of him.
You thinking about this?
Can I insight to see if Lord Kazakh has gone insane and they're trying to subdue him, or if they're the aggressors?
You may. I'd say you've at advantage because this is a strange situation.
I would like to join in on that action as well.
Wait. Let Vondar find out if he's doing good or bad before you start beating on him.
Can I make a history check to think about the political ramifications of what I'm seeing and what I should do?
Oh yeah, you may if you do that as well. But while you are doing that, your insight, Vondar says, it's a little of both, honestly. These guys aren't known as peaceful dwarves. That's why they are rarely ever seen. But the Lord Kazakh also does not look like he is in his full faculties. Like, he's almost slamming against the people who are punching him at the same time that they're punching him, and he's snarling almost like a beast. And part of your insight would reveal to you that he's a strange dwarf. He's a druid.
The king is a druid?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
mean,
did. Okay, good.
Long shot, but I'm gonna try Tasha City's laughter on Lord Kazakh.
Okay.
DC is 32.
Wisdom. Actually, I did that wrong. One should be 6. That's 12 less, so 22. So he fails. He starts giggling and stops thrashing about, instead just laughing uncontrollably.
They're still punching the shit out of him, though.
No, they seem to stop.
Did we interrupt something?
As they turn around and are about ready to speak, they look at Czar and immediately drop to one knee.
I'm a snowman.
Hold on, D100. They drop to their knee.
I mean, you are their deity now. Or something.
See the deity of dwarves now that he killed the deity of dwarves.
I killed a giant dude, not a dwarf dude. Wait, was he a dwarf?
No,
Well, the dwarves worshipped him.
some of them did.
Some of them did.
Do you all know what's happening in the city? What's causing this madness?
Lingering effects of Lord Surtur's influence. He had control of all the nobles in the city
I mean,
Holy
And
shit!
and many of the soldiers.
I'll be back in a bit.
I think you were right, Vonda. You didn't know how deep his fucking fingers went.
Any idea how to alleviate this?
It should calm down within a couple hours. Lord Kazakh just has been affected by madness.
Hey, Riven.
Yes.
Do you see Tweedledee and Tweedledum on his shoulder still?
Do you want to do a roll for me? It'd be an Arcana check again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that for me? And then add +3 to whatever that roll is.
As far as you know, Riven, you do not see them.
If we're within 15 feet, I would also have my true sight.
We can move to within 15 feet to make sure.
That would be an interesting sight. You see nothing on Lord Kazakh, but on the dwarves that you're known as Eternal Citadel dwarves, they appear to have invisible to the naked eye ruins inscribed upon their skin that when you look at it without true sight or an ability to see through illusions, it just looks like strains of gold going through marble. But with your true sight, you see that their skin isn't littered with gold, but ruins that are so tightly written together that it appears to be one solid line.
Wow.
Alright, well, it looks like Lord Kazakh isn't under influence, just the lingering effect. The spell will only last for a minute, but I do have a scroll of force gauge that would contain him for an hour.
Do you want me to try to hit him with greater greater restoration? See if that works.
That might free him from my spell.
Vonda, you can know secrets, right? Like, does he have some? Could you look at him and say yes, he has something that he could be greater restored from?
I think my identify is specific to items because it comes from my arcane blacksmith.
So first we have to make him an item. Gotcha.
Call emotions would be the straightforward solution.
But does anyone have that though?
I don't think so.
I guess we're not straightforward thinkers.
No.
Wait, we could just have Yuki have the fucking Vastille cast Wish.
Out of character, can't you even cast Wish or not Wish, knife level spells multiple times a day?
Yes, I do not restrict that. As long as you have the sorcery point or spell points, you can do so.
Oh, right.
That's the beautiful part about spell points, is that if you're willing to waste that many spell points, I don't care if you cast ninth levels more than once.
I was just
It's just
picking
a
on
steep
it
cost.
because they walked away.
The cardboard cutout of a steel falls over.
Oh, no.
It's a
I'm gonna
mark.
Throw some sand on it real quick and try to hide it underneath so nobody sees it.
Can someone, like, do we have any chains we can tie him up with before the incapacitate wears off?
You want to wrap your king up in chains? I got
And-
rope.
There's some rope.
I'll go over there and I'll grab him. I'm a chain.
That's better than chains.
Alright.
And I can make some really strong chains if we needed, but yeah, that's how much to do.
You find yourself buried in sand.
I find myself buried in sand, particularly.
Yeah, Riven was trying to hide you.
Why?
Because it's a cardboard cutout. If you're flat and we cover you in sand, nobody will know you're there. It's perfect. It's like the ultimate camouflage.
I climbed out of the sand.
Prestidigitation.
To put more sand on, right?
No. Then remove the sand.
I climb out of the sand.
Anywho.
You find yourself out of the sand.
Thank you. I didn't want to have to cast fucking Misty Step for this shit.
I'm gonna look through my book real quick to see if there's a sandstorm spell that I can cast.
Why do you want to cover me in sand?
It is the joke of the session.
Okay.
Czar,
Yeah,
or Snowman Czar, are you willing?
I'm willing. I don't know what I'm
I'll be
willing
right
for,
back.
but I'm willing.
Two ghostly hands spawn outside of Czar's snowman body, point to the king, and zap him. And then they disappear.
Is that a divine intervention?
I'll drop concentration on laughter.
Where am I?
You're in Caledome. Sorry, Vunder was going to say something.
You were under the influence of Surtur. Apparently, most of the nobles in the city were. And you fell under some sort of madness when the effect wore off.
Why did we switch religions?
What religion were you before?
We served Lord Moradin.
I hear that's a good one. Probably should maybe do that again.
Did I just...
Wait,
Hold
why
on.
did you stop? With like, did he do something?
Hold on. DM is checking his list to see if Moradin is on it. Otherwise, the DM just accidentally triggered a roll. All right, it is more than dead.
It is more than dead.
I mean, that could have been what he did.
Nope, he's alive. He's just permanently fallen.
Ah,
Poor guy.
Adding to list.
Well, to be honest, ascended deity versus fallen, we kind of had to go with the one who was willing to keep the fire at bay. Which is now a problem. Because if Surtur's not here, who's going to keep the fire at bay?
Lady Tiamat.
Yeah, we rescued the ambushed fire dragons.
Oh, wait. When was the last
Excuse
thing
me?
you remember? What was the last thing you remember?
As Zara's asking this, he's looking at you, Vondar, like, fucking excuse me?
What is the last thing? You remember? That's a very critical.
The last thing I remember is having a strawberry pasty this morning.
What? What was? What's the date?
What?
Out of character is Lumerin
No, I'm
27.
asking him.
In character, it
What-
is. Hang on.
What he did.
Ataxis the First.
Okay, how long ago was that?
About a month and a half.
Well. So, sir. I don't know how to put this lightly.
You've been out for a month and a half.
hey, you have.
Thank you. I didn't know how to put it lightly.
I didn't either.
I'm
Lady
gonna have to.
Tiamat kind of chill now, apparently, is what we've been told.
Who wants to bring him up to speed of what recent events and what we have deemed helpful?
I guess I'll run him through it. I'll tell him we came here seeking his endorsement for the King's Quest. That we had accepted a quest that requested that the Scion of Surtur be put to sleep. After the offer of Tiamat, we decided it would be more stable to destroy the Scions. And then we found out that he was under the influence after our meeting of Surtur, so Zar defeated Surtur.
Right, but that's also because Surtur took the dragons that were going to replace the Scions and tried to kill them in his own private demiplane.
I don't think that was a demi-plane. I think that was just a material plane. He was just blocking our communication with them.
Well, either way, he got involved, and we had to step in before things got worse.
I think I need an ale. I'm gonna get my subjects back in line. Can I have you lot come back tomorrow and attend a emergency cabinet meeting?
I curtsy and about face.
We'll see you tomorrow.
No, where's my ale? As he walks
Uh,
up.
That is the first order of business, and that is very fair. That's very real of him.
I think it's funnier that I rolled for his indefinite madness because he was inflicted the longest. So he got indefinite madness, and he literally got, I'm convinced that powerful enemies are hunting me. Well, I guess when your madness is not technically wrong.
It's not paranoia if they're after you.
Yes, it really does have drones that are birds.
As we leave, like, Bonder, do we have to worry about that ring that he has?
Ooh. Hope not.
We walk back through my pass wall.
Hey, how long is this fucked?
Until I drop concentration, which I do once we're passing through it. I'm pretty sure it will last for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
That's fair.
It lasts for an hour.
So, what do we do now?
Lick our wounds, wait until tomorrow, and
Anyone?
2100 hours? 21? It's already pretty late.
What time did he want us to meet him with his cabinet?
He just said tomorrow. I'll cast Ascending tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Figure out when he would like us to arrive.
We'll just arrest and then get up at a normal time. Be back at it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ping him at 4 in the morning. I'll ping him at 8.
I mean, who the fuck would send a message in the middle of the night?
I would if I wasn't paying attention. That is absolutely something I would do.
All right, who would do it on purpose?
Maybe if I didn't give a fuck about if I didn't respect the receiver's time or their situation, maybe I would do it on purpose.
Yeah, I do it to fuck with someone.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Sandstorm.
no! Counter spell.
Pocket sand. So do we just go back to that same inn?
Yeah, sure, we can bite there. As we
Hey,
walk
Vondar.
away-
Do they have any drinks that are cold?
Just have to come up.
Good answer.
This place kind of reminds me of Death Mountain from The Legend of Zelda, where the Gorons are, and you have to equip fire-resistant stuff to go there.
You know, if you could figure out a way to air condition a building and have cold drinks, it might be a pretty good enterprise.
Or would they just avoid it because of why do we want that?
Nothing beats a cool, refreshing ale after a hard day's work.
Vondar, what do dwarves feel about a cool, refreshing ale after a hard day's work?
Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, so that actually might work in here,
I mean,
even though everything in here is hot.
that's-
Well, if you can get it cold and keep it cold, probably.
I tried to chill a drink and it didn't work.
Yeah, I think we need a more larger operation, as in cooling for the building, and then magic mugs that are also cooling.
I can make a permanent refrigerator just out in the open, but that's kind of big.
How do you do that?
I hold up my Ring of Winter. It will drop the temperature down to -30 degrees.
Yeah, but don't you have to be around it?
No.
Like you can drop it and walk off and say you guys are fucked now.
Yeah, I drop it and I leave, and it is there until I dispel it.
Can you like make another one somewhere else?
Sure, it takes I can do it 12 times a day.
Can you make these blocks of refrigerators in the air?
Let me actually pull up the brain because that is a good.
And can you like make them at different varying heights?
I can definitely make it at varying heights. I think I might need a surface to put it on.
And then can you make some of them further away so it's harder to jump on them? I mean,
Sure.
What are you planning?
Yeah, what are you planning? What?
obstacle course.
Oh.
I was gonna say, you guys never played Super Mario where you jump from block to block?
I can indeed put it in the air if I so choose. It is spend one charge and use the ring to lower the temperature in a 120-foot radius sphere centered upon a point you can see within 300 feet. And it goes down to 20 degrees per minute to a minimum of -30 degrees. So do with that information as you will, Czar.
Thank you. I got some calculations to.
Always happy to help.
Thank you. I might have a job for you the next time you're in fucking torment your fucking self. Fucking nothing to do fucking place.
We'll be happy to have something to do while I'm in there. It gets very lonely and very.
I don't understand why you go in there so much. I go in there for a little bit and then I gotta fucking leave. And I'm a snowman.
It requires significant concentration and will of mind.
I got that shit.
Speaking of which, we do need to level up, but that will probably come after our audience with the king.
Bleh.
Where are we at right now?
We are leaving the king, the Dwarven Lord's palace.
Okay.
We have to come back tomorrow to meet his cabinet.
Okay. Can I check the Adventurers Guild? Oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Just to see, pick up on the quests and see if anything else is.
Oh yeah, that guy's gonna
updated.
fucking love us.
I mean, he might.
I mean, the Guildmaster's son of fucking Surtur.
I mean, he might not be so angry anymore.
What?
Well,
All right, well let's go find out.
yeah.
Detour. Orm Stout's gonna have to wait.
I'm sorry, where are you guys going? I got lost in that conversation.
The Adventurers Guild.
Ah, I see. All right. You would enter the Adventurers Guild, and it appears that everybody is gone.
Oh,
Is there a little bell to ring?
What time is it?
it's evening.
21, 21. 21, 21, 21. 2108. No, 21, 21, 21.
Everything closed then?
Well, the doors weren't locked.
I think they're off dealing with the chaos in the city.
Okay. Got it.
Also, even if we accepted a quest, we still we have training to do. I think it's once we resolve everything with Kasich, I assume we're going down for training.
Well, you guys can do training. I have to resolve the Thunderdome situation.
I guess if we got nothing else, we just head back to the tavern and then drink and then head in. Wait till tomorrow.
Yep.
Sounds fine.
Is there anyone in the tavern?
A lot of dwarves are hiding here. And by hiding, I mean drinking.
Hiding from their wives.
I just had a thought. The dwarves hiding from their wives, and I'm like, well, with how they look, I would too.
Hey.
Yay! Typical dwarf elf racism.
You're an elf.
I'm a goblin.
We don't know what we are.
Okay.
I technically take offense to that.
All I know is that I'm some kind of celestial now.
Alright, well, doesn't sound like we got anything.
What the
Excuse
robot said.
Find a nice one to start reading like the nerd I am.
You do find that slightly difficult. I mean, nothing stops you, but every once in a while, you're having to move your book away from a dwarf who's like standing behind you, uncomfortably close, reading over your shoulder.
He does
Hold,
not
while hold.
recognize anything I am doing.
Oh no, he's just like.
Hey,
Taking
if
a
a dwarf
drink.
wants to read over her shoulder, I will threaten him with my stare and muscles because I do not approve of that behavior.
He
Would you
just
like me
could-
to roll intimidation?
Unfortunately, he is immune to intimidation from elves.
Gosh darn, the stubbornness of dwarves. They have no bounds.
After a while, he'll just give up and go away.
No, actually, I'm gonna engage with this a little bit more. Never mind, I am not. Continue with.
Oh. I got.
I was gonna. I am actively researching suggestion to tell him to fuck off.
Tell me if the spell works on you.
So you guys may take whatever time you like at this point. Nothing stops you from relaxing, getting drinks. In the wee hours of the morning, like 4 or so hours later, you can hear the fighting outside has died down.
While those guys go down to rest, since I don't need a rest, I just go out and just trying to heal up some of the dwarves to make sure they make it home.
Okay, that makes sense.
Am I still tiny, Riven? You know?
I think you're medium-sized, Riven. Yeah, so you can resolve doing that, Czar. As everybody goes down for a long rest.
Before I do that, I'm gonna dump all my spell points into the crystal. I'll do it once I get home.
Noted. As you lay in your beds, meditating, reflecting, or just straight up going to sleep, it all of a sudden feels like the bed falls out from underneath you.
That son of a bitch.
You find yourselves in a ornate room that is pretty much pitch black. There appears to be billowing black smoke clouds trailing across the floor. Giant pillars that extend into an almost endless sky. But it's even hard to tell that it is a sky because there's no stars. Coiling around the pillars are these black serpent-like creatures that appear to be staring at you intently. While you're here, you feel almost at any moment as if this presence, these creatures, would devour you given the chance.
Great.
And at the end of a very long, sort of procession-like hallway, you see a black ebon throne. And behind the throne is lit what looks like a giant black dragon skull with its mouth open, and a black and white flame burns within it. Outlined by the light of this throne, you see a small figure sits on the throne. And another small figure stands to the left of the throne. doesn't have dark vision. Is it only Riven? Or did Riven finally solve that problem?
I thought you got it.
No, I solved that problem. I think I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I have the goggles of night, and then I have something else that extends it as well. The extra 60 feet.
So, the scene is set before you. What would you like to do?
Oh wait, isn't it the? No, it's not the monocles. Isn't that Archie that has the monocles? The two different monocles.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So Riven just has the normal goggle.
No, Riven's got the two two different.
Oh, does he?
It is the two monocles. Okay, it is Riven.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
say
you-
we got those special upgraded goggles of night.
Right,
Yes.
right. So I had them backwards. Okay. And
I only
it's-
remember because it was next to Kidberry. It was in Kidberry where you got it.
Right. And we saw the posters of Vesteel while you were there. And just for context, you are all here, but you do not all see each other.
Do we recognize figures by the throne? On the throne?
It has been a long time since you've seen their visage this way, but yes, you do. Currently sitting on the throne is Feldon, in his original goblin dragon form. And standing to his left appears to be a more refined Tsar.
I'm gonna walk up and fist bump him. Do that secret handshake that we always do.
I will also approach the throne in my own iteration of this room.
I'll approach and saying, what's going on? Why'd you bring me here?
Do I know you?
My staff clicking up against the floor.
Feldon's deciding whether to send Simamar back.
Well, I've never seen Field not in his original form.
Oh,
so...
you're absolutely right. I forgot you came in when he was already the
gonna
big
say-
fuzzy bear form.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's ever seen you in the tiny form. Either of you guys.
Yeah.
Then
So-
for your sake, I will re-put it up.
Oh, thank you.
This is what Feldnot used to look like.
So cute.
Oh. Huh.
He actually looks like a goblin dragon. It's just when you get bitten by a chaos werebear, it tends to fuck with you.
And then whoop your party's ass every 2 levels because you go into Chaos Werebear form.
I'm sorry, I had to be at least 9th level before I could learn to control it.
Whooping the shit out of us, barely survive.
And that's
Simamar is
Tsar.
connecting the dots. And then he has that moment of realization. It's like, oh. I feel not.
Hello. I know you can't see each other, but you are all in the space.
Why are we here?
Simple. We have several objectives that need to be made clear. Not clear, that's not the right word. Several things that need to be gone over. And each of you is slightly different. And some of you have already made your choices. I am just here as a representative. But there was a new pantheon formed with my ascension. Apparently, I was the final piece of the puzzle in order to create a pantheon.
Congrats.
And that pantheon has been indirectly, directly supporting this group. So we are just affirming everybody's position. The three Dragon Riders already know what they've received. To a certain extent, there's another thing you will be receiving in a moment, but I'm going over the first thing. So, this just leaves Simimar and Bastille.
Wait, they're not Dragon Riders?
No. Czar, they are not.
Hey, wait, you're both here.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, funny thing when you
I thought I was in my own iteration.
No, he felt not well against Czar for a second and go, Anyway, funny thing what happens when you ascend your star sign to its final form. Gemini allows the twin soul to split into... We're still the same soul, but now we can operate from two different bodies. Which is going to make things a hell of a lot easier.
Now you two can bicker in person instead of through.
Yeah. Couldn't you waited to get rid of my eyes till after we had my own body?
We'll take care of that problem in a minute. It's a good thing I can create artifacts. Anyway, so just to cover the Pantheon part of this issue, Bastille and Simimar. So Simimar, are you still willing to serve, work for, etc., however you view your relationship with Ryu?
Yes.
Cool, then you will receive his blessing. And Bastille, you still cool with working with me?
Yeah, I'm still working with you.
Cool. Then you're gonna get some upgrades. I have a longer list of domains than I did before. Almost too many. I didn't need this much responsibility.
Am I putting this on my sheet or are you?
I'll drag it to your sheet later.
Okay.
But basically, you're gonna get to add craft, which is forge domain, nature, magic, luck, fire, law, and strength to your repertoire. The only domain I don't have that does not involve clerics is evil. And that's because I'd have to go all the way back to like 2nd edition to figure that shit out, and I know it's already hard enough to do a 3.5 conversion. So that is first order of business. And like I said, Dragon Riders are already aware of what they received the moment the Pantheon was formed.
Oh.
The second thing is a thank you from me. You have essentially completed us. So the downside is Czar, I guess the upside is you'll still have Czar, Snowman, and Feld Snowman when you need them. But Czar and I are going to be going away for a while. Like a minimum of 30-something weeks. So yeah. We'll give you use of the snowman at that time. But before I go, payment. We're dealing with for allowing us to take Surtur.
Do I still have access to your realms?
Well, that's gonna be slightly a problem, but we will cross that bridge when we get there, because those don't exist anymore. You're technically standing in it.
Sorry, say again?
You're technically standing in it.
Ah,
All of our pocket dimensions are now one entire realm.
Why is it full of snakes that want to eat us?
Oh, those are the darkness.
Those are the darkness. Praise the darkness.
Praise be.
praise the darkness.
And he'll hold out his hand, and for each of you, you will see a sphere and a what do they call those kind of stars? Oh, basically a warped star. These are for you.
I will walk up and accept.
I as well.
I hesitate for a moment. What is it?
Power.
Very well. I will.
The problem of experience is that sometimes it cannot be diverted. So, in lieu of experience, we are giving you something more. And since we are the Gemini god, you get 2.
Ooh.
So, if you all accept,
good things come in twos.
if you accept, you each will get 1 boon and 1 feat of your choice.
Can we choose to use this later?
Yes, you don't have to use it now.
Okay.
That's why he made them in item form rather than
Oh,
forcing the power on you immediately.
that is very much appreciated.
And that's just for the non-dragon riders.
Oh no, that's for everybody.
That's for everyone.
Oh,
The first order of business with the Pantheon was for the non-dragon riders because I had already talked to the dragon riders about what they got.
The other two get something later on. He had to reaffirm what they were getting. You guys don't have a choice.
Yes, this was basically a situation of if they had decided to no longer work with those people, they were not getting the blessing. All right, our business is concluded. Like I said, you will see our snowmen, but you won't see us for quite a while. So, good luck on your adventures, Whirlwind.
Have fun doing God stuff.
Sequestered. Thank you.
And at that point, you all wake up in your beds, fully rested.
Wonderful.
We get paid for this, right, Field?
We can make our own money.
Yeah, but then we get in trouble.
They won't know it's us as long as we make sure to not put our faces on the coins again.
Again.
I wake up 4 hours earlier because I just took tireless. Or 5 hours.
That's a good one.
Fun is like, I already know what I'm taking. Bam. Beat.
Oh,
Check.
I know what I'm taking. I just need a level in Rogue first.
Makes sense.
Good thing that we're leveling up here soon.
I need to go deal with the Thunderdome problem because currently there's a bounty for my head because people are using them to commit banditry, which is not the original intention of the Thunderdomes.
So we gotta go smite our believers.
Yeah, beat the crap out of them. Yeah. You know, what religions can you just go around and beat your followers and not get in trouble for it?
Lolth.
Okay, that's fair.
Are we talking in game or out of game?
Oh. Oh. I suppose I should have asked that before Field not went off to do God stuff. But, how's that commission for the sword going?
You can always pray.
I guess I shall pray.
Fuck it, he'll do it himself.
Oh,
His
okay.
dad's always busy. As soon as you say that, toom, a sword like just sticks into the ground in front of you.
Wow. Pray and you shall receive. This is
I'm
beautiful.
gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and see if the rest of the components for that belt's done.
Time to make a magic item.
It's already made. It's just
Well,
I'm asking
it
one
is made.
question.
I'm making the paperwork for it.
That's done. I just need to ask. I just asked a question on one thing.
But yes, you all wake up refreshed. Apparently, Vondar wakes up 5 hours earlier, which means half the party wakes up early now. Wait, I think doesn't
Only
Riven
Riven.
also wake up early? Oh no, that was his other character. Never mind.
Yes.
So now it's a game of we're waiting for Riven to wake up.
Well, you're waiting for Simimar
No.
to wake
No,
up
no.
every other day.
No, Riven does wake up early. He has trance, so he wakes up 5 hours early.
Oh, I guess yeah. It's every other day you wait for me to sleep my 10 hours.
Fair. So everybody else goes down to have breakfast while Simar's still asleep. Simar, do me a favor, roll me a D4.
Okay. Oh, I am self-rolling. I should make this public. I think that was still self-rolled, but that was a 4.
I see it.
Okay.
Roger.
Alrighty. Well, unless something exciting happens in the next 5 hours, 5 hours will go by. I'm sorry, what?
They felt not. Did you ever find my soul?
I did.
Where? Where is it? Felt not. Is this thing on?
In the plane of water. You're apparently adrift on a wooden raft. How it hasn't broken, I have no idea.
Wait.
It's on the surface of the plane of water?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
You know, ironically, it was being held by a god who was more powerful than me. That is no longer the case.
What happened to the god?
He was not higher level. He's not higher ranked than me anymore.
Oh. Is he not holding the soul anymore?
I mean, for now he is, but I can ask for it if you want.
Yes, I would like my soul back, please.
All right, Phil now will use his ability to guide his souls. As you guys are sitting down for breakfast, you will see come from the floor 2 statues that look like jackal-headed humanoids holding a golden chest.
I grab the golden chests.
You hear the Zelda opening chest music.
Yeah, but it's still soul.
You see a glass bottle with a kinda strange looking energy in it.
Vondar, is this my soul?
I'll identify it.
It identifies like an item similar to Soul Cage. You'd actually see it's called the Donjon.
Looks like it, yeah. At least it's something for holding the soul.
I don't know what's going to happen when I open this. This body may very well just fall dead because, like, the soul. I don't know if that will interrupt the spell that is connecting my mind to this body. So if that happens, don't be alarmed, and I'll be back downstairs in a second, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna stop yapping.
I finally get to use it. I don't think it's on your guys' character sheets anymore, though. Damn it! Hold on. Is it? Did I get it back on there? It is. Vestiel, make me a soul save.
I was wondering what that was.
Well, there are other things for this, but in particular for you,
Let me use a bluff point, if I may.
you may.
There we go.
The body slumps over that has been sitting in front of you. Kind of just like... Bastille, as you awake, you find yourself in a very dark and kind of smells dirty, like not quite moldy, but you know that smell. It's, you know, earthy. It's very earthy. It's very dusty. It's very wet. It's very dark.
Damn.
That's the word. Thank you.
I look around, look at myself, take stock of my situation.
You appear to be in what you would assume is your original body.
As soon as she collapses, I say to Simar, I hope she can make it back to us without any of her equipment or spellbook or anything.
So
I grab the donjon before it drops.
Still asleep. He's like,
Oh, sorry.
what's going on?
Still would have been riven.
So,
Bastille killed herself.
for their benefit, is it just Vestel's body just laying there, or is it like a wooden doll?
At this point, it probably does start to like disenchant. So it would just be a wooden doll laying there with all of the steel stuff and a pink wig.
It's a doll holding a doll.
This is horrifying.
Okay, how do I get myself out of here, Vestel?
As you move, by the way, you like feel something sticky as you realize as you move your arm, you're moving like what feels like almost centuries worth of cobwebs.
How I've been. I'm gonna touch the floor and I'm gonna look into the past. No, I'm not even gonna try this. Forget that.
I was about to say, how far back do you want to go?
uh. Am I wearing anything? What am I wearing?
Simple clothes. Well, not simple. There's no, like your basic
Burial gown.
No, it's more like fancy clothes. It's like what you get when you take like the noble's background.
Okay.
So you're not dressed poorly. You were from a noble house, a very high-ranking one.
My only regret is that once I get out of here, I'm not going to be able to tell my father I lived, bitch. I'm going to cast light on my finger and look around.
Out of curiosity, how many boons do we have between the team? Is it 2? Or 1? Just the boon of the canaries, right?
I think so.
I have 3, and that's not including the one we just got. I did some other things for it.
The canaries and this one are the only boons that this group has gotten.
Okay.
As you go to cast the spell, the steel, it does not activate.
Okay. Panic time.
Panic time.
Remember, what do we do with this thing?
I told my friends not to panic if I dropped dead.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to come down the stairs. Because that's what you said.
I was gonna just respawn back at the top of them.
Yeah, no one told me that. Well, I just got this thing. I don't know if I can exactly use this.
She said she'd be coming downstairs, so don't worry.
A little late for that. I don't know if I can do this.
Well, you just woke up, so I was giving you a second.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to use the Scimitar of the Plains that I just got and see if I can cut open a rift to Vestile. Even though she's not really a location, but
One moment, I have to check something.
Also,
if she... Yes?
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to complain that I have 2 attunements that I don't know what the fuck they are.
Ah, right. Of course. I remember now. I see everything.
I'm going to use the boon of the canaries, actually. Thank you for reminding me of that. Hopefully I don't trap these canaries here.
How big is
an
this
area? Exactly.
At your current thank you for reminding me. This is beautiful. At current level, they are the size of actual canaries. I almost forgot that this was a thing. So back to Simimar. Well, because of what yours does, using a charge, you can do the same plane. Since yours is a slightly altered version of the blade, of the weapon that you chose. As you're letting these canaries out, they start to fly around you, kind of in a protective formation. You see a rift open up next to you, Vestiel.
We'll collect my canaries and walk through it.
You guys see a bunch of yellow canaries flying through.
MMR, whatever you did didn't work because this isn't Vestiel.
No, it's probably blue hair or silver haired Vestiel.
Yeah, I've had to say, who do we see after the Canaries? Because this portal's got a minute.
Yeah, that one.
Except she looks extremely malnourished.
Oh. I pick up the pink wig and hand to her.
I am very, very, very hungry.
Dwarven breakfast over here.
Dwarven breakfast. Okay, I'm gonna start walking over to the fallen. First off, I'm actually gonna cast light on my finger. Attempt to.
It does not succeed.
That's gonna be a fucking
This
thing.
you is not a wizard.
I'm gonna pick up wood
You-
for steel.
Would you
I'm
like
gonna
a
carry her
hand?
back up to my room. Start equipping the things and the stuff and the physical gear that I have. If I can even pick up
Here,
the thing.
I'm gonna give Simamar a meal and say, well, she said she was hungry, and then she walked into her room.
I will be right back.
You are able to pick up the things.
Okay. Go upstairs, I change, takes me probably 5 minutes. I come back down.
You told us you were gonna come down the stairs.
Yeah, whoever did that, thank you.
Hey,
She
point
seems very
Simamar.
off.
Yeah, got a new sword. I'm able to open the rifts now.
That's nice.
So why did you think you were gonna come down the stairs?
Because usually, well, I haven't done it yet, but I have contingencies in the case of my death, and that's one of them. That I will take a new form. But that's not what happened. I was in...
Wait, you'll take a new form? I thought you didn't put that ring back on.
What ring?
How would you take a new form and come back downstairs?
No, not that. This is something else. Not the amulet. I would probably take this form, except more healthy, and come back down. But that's not what happened. Vestiel just kind of has like a
I would like to say something, Vestiel.
Yes, go ahead.
Do we call you Vestiel now?
You have called me Vestiel for probably a good week by now.
So, yeah, I get confused. So,
Does not exist.
your, you had talked to Field about getting your soul back, right?
Yeah.
Because that was your family curse or whatever, which is the reason why your daddy wanted to marry you off to a wizard. And like your family curse would make you, like, if you died, you'd return to the last place you slept at.
Apparently that was an ability of mine that was unforeseen.
Right. Well, when you had Field go break it and give you your soul back, and you're no longer the wooden thing, I think you lost that power.
Maybe.
So, The Vestile that is before us is the same Vestile that we've been adventuring with, except now you're in your original body?
Yep.
I am in my original body. I appear, I suppose.
OG soul.
OG soul.
Welcome back.
Yeah, this is a nightmare. This is quite terrible.
Well, a couple weeks of recovery and good food, and we'll have you back in tip-top wizard shape.
We'll sure fucking see.
So, what's the last thing you remember, Vestial?
My chain of consciousness, I believe, is unbroken. I remember opening the soul thing. I remember being in a jail cell for a couple minutes, and then I remember.
We've been here a month.
Oh, that's just great.
Czar, don't lie to her.
What? Would I do that?
Yes. Yes, you would.
I'm gonna touch the table and look back into its past a month. Try to, at least.
Unfortunately, you can't do that either.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, Festile, as you're contemplating all this, you see a little doll walk up to you and, like, uppies.
I give uppies.
Yeah. Currently, you're classless right now. You might want to go to an adventure skill to fix that.
Meal first. I'm very, very hungry. I feel like
Welcome to your liquid diet. I hand her an ale.
no.
That's how you get someone back to healthy condition. Give them an ale.
Under said dwarven breakfast. I just assumed.
She looks like a half-starved Victorian child.
That's a good way to describe it.
Do you want to just go back to the Black City?
How do we get back to the Black City?
We wait until after our meeting with Lord Kasich.
I mean, I can drop her off and come back.
There.
Can you get to the Black City? I can go to the guild hall here, I think. I just really want food. Please give me food.
And at that moment, the breakfast you ordered is ready.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, you're not attuned to your ring. Do you have fire resistance?
Fire resistance is imbued into the soul. It's cold resistance that I don't have.
Do you?
Yes, she has her fire resistance.
I have the canary boon, so I hope I have that one.
Did you bring enough food for the canaries?
The canaries will eat. If they so choose. It's a good thing the canaries are also immune to fire.
I mean, yeah. Tweet, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I was gonna have them tell Lord Bahamut to tell Feld not to come get my ass.
I need guild tokens. Damn it.
Well, once the chaos has been resolved, Tiamat was gonna pay us.
Oh, yeah.
10,000 tokens.
You guys just hear in your head, oh yeah! The original Fell Not Look shows up and sets a bunch of bags on top of the table. That was the third thing. I knew there was something.
The hell are these?
He appears to be like half covered in this like black sticky goo.
Uh,
I'm gonna
I was in
walk
the-
over. and open up one of the bags.
You see guild tokens.
How many are here?
Enough for each of you to get 1,000.
Perfect.
Oh,
20 of
goodness.
those snake tentacles come through the same portal and pull them back. Not done with you yet.
No! And you see him scratch the floor as it pulls him in.
Still never get used to that as he's dragged away.
How many gold tokens do we get each?
1,000.
1,000.
Let me go to the guild hall and do some trading in.
I cannot contact the king quite yet, by the way, so maybe we should go do that now.
I'd assume there would be a messenger. You guys can go to the Adventurers Guild. I'll stay here in case a messenger comes looking for us.
This all just kind of still has 1,000 yards there.
You know, you can just relax here.
I don't know if I'm going to be okay for at least a week.
That's fine. You'll build yourself back up slowly.
Vestiel, as you stand there, sit there, eat your food slowly, and kind of stare off into the distance. You've been a memory wizard for a while, so you know how memory works. It's kind of your specialty. Even in your classless state right now, it's still, the knowledge is there. It's just like you can't access it properly. And then you start to kind of flashback, recall your past, except it's almost like somebody's taking an eraser and erasing the memories you have and putting in different memories.
That's gonna be something to unpack. How many months are in 72 years?
A lot.
I might be.
1,152.
Thank you.
Now, that's assuming you started at the beginning of the year and you ended at the end of the year with the 72. Now, was it halfway through one of the years, or like, do I have to like subtract some months?
I'm not putting any of it up to chance. I don't know what's real and what's not.
I'm not real.
Did Vastil's eyes just get big?
Czar, now's not the time for this.
I'm a snowman.
Snowman Czar, now's not the time for this. I will put a hand on Vastil's head and say, you are real, and this is real. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry so much.
It'll buff. It'll buff.
Wax on, wax off.
Just kind of somewhere between an awkward laugh and a cry.
Time for Vestiel to learn about her childhood friend that she has forgotten about.
Sure, this won't be traumatic.
Yeah, especially since I wrote it, right?
Yep,
Yes,
definitely not.
Alright, I believe Riven said he was going to the Adventurers Guild.
I'm going, yeah. Once I'm done with my breakfast.
Okay. We'll resolve Riven first then. Riven, you find yourself in the Adventurers Guild. There are chairs turned over, tables knocked aside, broken windows. One of the shutters that normally comes down on the guild reception area appears to be like bent one way and another. There's like 4 dwarves passed out against like the bar, where you like, you know, the counter. And there's just this one dwarf walking through, just sweeping really slowly. And it's immediately apparent to you that this is like the most inefficient way to sweep, because he's like barely pressing the broom in. but not pulling the strokes long enough. It's just like defeated.
I'm kind of
But-
relying on Cinnamar to keep my balance as we walk in.
Awesome. I am going to walk straight to the counter
Hi.
and see if there's anybody that can help.
Hello. Starts holding his nose.
Hey.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How can I help you?
I'd like to buy a boon.
You sure you don't want to buy a bath?
Yep. Nope. I will after this.
Does he stink or do I stink?
The guild receptionist can't tell, but something stinks. A boon, huh? And which one are you looking to buy?
I don't even see the like it doesn't give me the prerequisites for this one. The critical spellcaster, but I think that's a much lower, like higher one down.
Hold on.
Because I'm looking in the compendium and it doesn't have it. I think it might still be in the.
Oh.
Actually, it does tell you what the prerequisite is in the first two lines.
Am I blind?
Yes, it says rarely in history has the world attained anyone attained 6, which means this is a 6th tier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
I know. I needed. That was one of the things I was going to do this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to.
You're good. I know you.
How to say, do you go off of you need 2 first levels to get a 3rd level, and then
Yes.
3?
So wait,
third
does that
levels?
mean with the 3rd level, if I have 2 and then this would be my 3rd one?
Yes.
Does
so
that
you're
mean
going to
I
obtain the
can
3rd
get epic level with this?
No.
Like, is it not 10th level?
Oh
10th
no, you're right.
10th level is 3rd.
You could take 1. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna insight. How often
I'm
does he
going
have this
to-
kind of conversation?
I'm sorry. What?
I mean that.
I'm just
Right.
curious. Like, this is very high level shit that we're talking about right now. But, like, does he seem like this is par for the course, or is this like, oh hey, I need to like remember my training that I read once, and this never come up? Trying to figure out.
You could insight if you'd like.
For what, me?
It's still 16.
If you're inciting Riven, I mean, he does seem to know what he's talking about.
No, I'm talking about the guild reception.
His eyes glazed over the moment he started talking about boons.
Then yeah, I want to get a boon of even higher magic, which I think gives me a 10th level spell slot.
It
Or no, I
does.
have to have a 9th in order to get it though.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And then in order to do the 10th level, I have to have... Yeah, so I can't even get it until I have 9th level, huh?
There is a way. Well, there's a way to get your 9th level you want.
What, with the other thing? Am I missing something?
Yes. This is the old version, damn it. I made a modification to this a long time ago. For some reason, it's probably the other set. Just take the boon of high magic.
Okay, because I was going to say, I thought we got rid of the 10th, 11th, and 12th slots, and then combined it into one, is what we were talking about. Or did you not?
No, I did that, but those are still separate boons.
Okay. Okay, so just take the of high magic?
Yeah, that gives you...
Higher magic.
You can ignore the second part because that was something that I always felt was dumb. Because by the time you can get boons normally, you're going to have 9th level spell slots.
Okay, so just I get 1 10th level spell slot.
No, 1 9th level spell slot.
1 9th level.
Yeah.
Does that
This
give
gets you
me
as
access-
closer to... Yes, then that'll allow you to eventually get a boon of higher magic, which allows you to gain a spell slot higher than your current highest spell slot, which would be 9.
Okay, then I'm gonna trade in my orb right now too, and get the 10th level slot as well.
Very well.
Cool. And then that's it. That's all I'm. Oh, I want to see if my bounties are done for the belt for the materials.
We are sorry, sir. You did not post that quest here in the Dwarven Realms.
Okay, can I just check my guild card and see if there's any update on there?
You already asked for an update.
Oh, did I? I didn't hear it. My bad.
No, you asked for it over the weekend, if you'll remember.
Oh, okay. Forgot. That's it for me then.
Okay.
Yeah, you asked me Saturday.
Gotcha. Yeah, I meant to ask last week for that one. That's my bad. So higher and highest magic is the two I'm taking.
No, high and higher.
High and higher. Okay, okay.
Hi.
So 9th and 10th slot. Got it. What was the spell points that we came up to for 10th?
17 plus 4, so 21.
21? Okay.
And that's all it's gonna ever at. It's not gonna go any higher than that now.
Yep, perfect. And I would have crushed the orb in secret so nobody knew about the higher level spell slot.
What?
Well, that's gonna be kind of an interesting thing later.
What, the orb? I'm assuming I need to crush the orb. That depends.
So yeah, Visteel and Simar are now here.
So, I'm gonna look to similar. Do I stink?
The player can't smell.
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah, she smells like someone who hasn't had a bath in 72 years.
Ye-
I feel like at a point. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you know what would actually be really good, and I could actually use this too. A trip to the bathhouse, get a nice massage, get your muscles actually like loosened and stuff.
First, I appear to have been drained of my abilities. I was told to come here for a.
Well,
I
to
gave that to the receptionist.
to relieve the receptionist of his burden, some nose prestidigitation the smell away,
Thank you.
and replace it with roses.
I can't cast prestidigitation on myself.
Well, hopefully, the receptionist can help with that.
Classless, are we? It figures that an elf would become classless. Alright, follow me. He hops down from his stool.
You know, I'm gonna swallow my tongue here because I'm going to let myself be humble in this moment.
Yeah.
He'll take you down the same hallway that kind of took you to where the guildmaster is, except instead of going all the way down the hallway, you stop like at the first door on the right. And then he looks at Simar. Sorry, son, you can't come with her. The repercussions alone would be problematic for you. Unless you want to become the same class as her.
As
If you're-
interesting as that would be, no. But I'm going to insight the dwarf to make sure that he's being honest.
Go ahead. Yeah, he's being honest.
Okay. Then I shall await in the lobby, a little worried.
Seeing that Vesteel is barely standing, he'll sigh. He'll open the door, and then Vesteel, you'll feel yourself start to float up. As he just moves it, he points a hand at you, and he puts you on a chair that then starts to slowly move sideways and then down.
Okay. I allow this to occur.
And you're going, and you're going, and you're going. It takes you 5 minutes to get to the bottom, by the way. When you get to the bottom, you come to a room that's filled with like crystals of every color, and they're like massive. They're the size of fucking soccer mom vans in semi trucks. They're huge, and they're in every direction, kind of covering the wall. And you feel like you're not in the building of the Adventurers Guild anymore, but you're like in a cavern. And in the center of the cavern is this giant crystal-like pillar that extends from the ground all the way to the ceiling, which appears to you to be about 120-ish feet up.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Bringus, except with a massive crystal pillar.
All right, you know what to do, right?
No.
What? How
Would
did
you know what to do?
No, you wouldn't, because you kind of were just what you wanted to be the last time you became a wizard. It was just there. This is part of the memories that you've lost as kind of the process in becoming a classed adventurer.
My memories are fucked, hence why we're here.
All right. I had you pegged for a higher, a veteran, but it's okay. We all need to practice our basics sometime.
You know, as much as kind of a veteran, kind of not that I am, I agree with you. We can all go back to the basics sometimes. I am in severe pain.
All right, walk up as best as you can, and place your hand, your dominant hand, flat against that crystal.
I will proceed.
The crystal begins to kind of whir and hum and thrum with energy, and kind of it looks like a cloud appears inside the crystal, and in your mind you see several pillars appear. 1 second. There's a number. I should have to remember what the number is. Where's my rollable tables? Oh. There we go. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pillars. Yeah, you don't even need to make a check. This is pretty easy for you to understand immediately. These pillars represent the base classes, and then the 13th represents the non-standard, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Probably pretty easy to find the hand with the mist coming out of it for the wizard.
Yep. In fact, you feel drawn to it, but you would also be aware that if you chose at this moment to take another pillar, You'd get 10 levels in that instead.
I will proceed with my original class.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
You feel the arcane energies course through your body as all of your abilities and spells and cantrips come back to you, and you can feel your access to spells again. And you see a blast of energy comes from the crystal and hits the dwarf. Damn it, I'm a wizard! No! I just became a warlock again! No! Why did Greg have to call in sick?
Do you consider yourself an intelligent person?
No, I'm a charming person. That's why I don't mind being a warlock or a bard, but a wizard.
Well, I point to the warlock one. Just let me leave first.
I can't. Unfortunately, when you wear one of these as he holds up the badge, you can't interfere with this room. It just interferes with you. That's why the person who normally does this, Greg, has stats that are distributed in such a way that he's good as to be any class. Or rather, he just isn't good to be in any class. However you want to look at it. Anyway, let's get out of here. This place creeps me out.
Best of luck. Sorry for this.
Fine, there will be a new adventurer that comes along that wants to be a warlock. They have to be.
Could your patron help you out with that, or would they just be like, you idiot, figure it out yourself?
My patron just died. He was a warlock of Surtur.
Wow.
The best of timing.
I just stopped talking at that point. I'm just... Thank you, my good sir. And I just... I just slip him a pouch with 1,000 iridium.
Is she still super anemic?
Some of her physique has returned with the reinstallment of her class. As she has access to all her hit points again.
How many hit points was I at?
You were at 40. So not bad, but not great for a 10th level.
Actually, for a normal 10th level wizard, I think that might not be terrible.
Because basically you just get 4 every time. For every level of classless, but you don't get any proficiency bonus. Or rather, con mod.
Oh, okay, I'm feeling better. I still need an amount of time to adjust mentally to what the hell just happened, and emotionally, but physically I am doing better. Let's leave. Let's return to let's go collect Vondar and then see about the king.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to meet up with Vondar, and then I want to do some teleporting. I'm actually going to... I want to see how this works right now and see if I still have it, because it's been a while since I've cast anything above higher. I would fixate on a spot beside Vondar, and then use Greater Teleport.
I mean, you have a 9th level slot.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ability to cast 9th level spells at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, it works without issue. Boop. Although every time he teleports, a fart noise happens. So Vondar, you're just sitting there getting ready to leave, and then you just hear, and there's a ribbon. Like
Sorry.
someone stepped on a whoopee cushion.
Well, how's it going?
Howdy.
Fine.
It seems like I'm getting a little more used to this body.
Speaking of bodies, I am going to cast True Polymorph on myself and turn myself to as I was. And I need to use a recollection saving to do it. I have pink hair again.
Oh, okay. So you're sticking with the Shion look.
I have pink hair, but I call myself Festo.
I will just nod my head and say yes.
This way I have more hit points.
Gotcha. Maybe I should get some pink hair, get more HP.
What time is
For
it
what
at
you
this
wish for.
point?
6. Based on all the business they just did, probably about 6. We'll say 7. That's just a good round number.
Do we want to send the message yet, or do we want to wait another hour?
I say we wait the hour.
Just out of curiosity, what is our EXP right now? Is it 82593?
No. I guess I have a different number.
90493.
Yeah,
90493?
correct.
Yep.
90493.
Okay.
That's what I have.
I think I missed that. 90493. Perfect. And then I'll figure out what feat I want to do with that orb. Is that okay, or do I have to wait and use both at the same time?
You can use as many as you want at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you wait out the hour. Still no messages.
So we could do the palace, or I'm not sure about sending the Lord a message directly. Maybe we just go to the palace and see if they're waiting for us or something.
Sure.
If you're that socially awkward about making a phone call, then sure. I mean, it is like calling the president, so yeah, sure. That's fine.
All right, you find yourselves at the palace. Dwarves lying everywhere. Beaten, battered, bruised, and unconscious.
Okay.
They are breathing.
There is a cacophony of snoring happening. And it's very
Yeah,
out
this
of
is
tune.
fun.
Can I try to shake one awake?
You attempt it. He does not wake.
I mean, if it's really important, I can healing touch one, but I think we just walk inside like we did last time.
Yeah.
As you go in, even more unconscious dwarves. And as you continue further in, you get to the throne room. There is nobody here.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if the king is still sleeping.
I'm gonna create a couple shadows. I'm gonna go back to where we came from, just AoE healing. Just to make sure the dwarfs that are sleeping are okay.
Yeah.
So where do we wait?
We'll maybe try this ending after all.
So are you sending us ending, or what was that?
Oh, we're resetting the sending?
Yeah, can you try?
Yeah, I'll try. What's his proper term of address? My lord, your grace, my king?
I think Lord Kazik would be fine.
Lord Kazik, we are at the palace. Where are you? Where shall we meet? When shall we meet?
What? Who is this? Do you know what time it is? If it's about the captain here, we'll be meeting at 1. The rest of the 25 words is,
Alright, we'll be meeting, but we should come back at 1.
Ah,
Dwarves don't go home when they're done with their workday. They literally just curl up in a little ball wherever they happen to be standing. And
No, these are the people who are beating each other up, and they just haven't cleaned up yet.
I like my theory better.
I mean, makes sense to me.
and the elves' opinions of dwarves slightly worsened. Bastille and Simimar will remember this. And as you go to turn around and leave the throne room, you'll see a contingent that you didn't see before of dwarves in head-to-toe black armor. You recognize this armor almost immediately as the same armor as the people who surrounded you before in the Adventurers Guild before Thea killed them all.
What?
I don't
Didn't they work for the Emperor?
I'm saying the armor you recognize. It's a strange armor, so you would recognize this. Well, actually, you wouldn't recognize this model. This is not your first time seeing it, but you've never actually worked with it. And it's not an extraplanar metal. But yes, to answer your question, they technically worked for the Emperor. They all turned to the snowman who just waved at them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna step to the side as well, as this is very foreboding.
Who are you here to see?
You know about the ban.
The ban?
Good.
Nope.
Then you may continue on with your day. And they just assume a defense formation.
So, yeah, I don't know if I want to ask about the ban anymore.
I don't think we're supposed to know about it, or whatever it is. Ugh.
One guard will step up and hold a hand out to Czar.
Jake.
No, he drops a rock in your hand and tells you to roll it and call odd or even.
Well, that's a highly odd thing, and I fucking throw it.
Does it shatter because he throws it so hard?
Did you throw it like behind you? Like, do you throw it behind your back? Behind you?
I just fucking throw it.
Wherever it lands, it explodes, and a giant 75 appears. Damn it! You may go, clone. As he steps back in line.
I feel like I need to go gambling now. Bye.
I guess we're gonna go too. Just gonna walk around the guards.
And as you get out fully into the hallway, they kind of step behind you and step in front of the door to block it.
They're preventing our leaving, or they're preventing us going back into the throne room?
Basically
Going back
preventing
in.
you from going back in.
Okay, well that's fine. We don't need to be here till 1 anyway.
And as you exit the castle into the kind of main courtyard, you'll see a bunch of black leonin in heavy armor, kind of like hoisting the dwarves up and then shoving them along so that they go home.
See, the dwarves need other races to function properly.
And you will see someone familiar amongst them.
Ravenhold.
Hello.
Oh, so this is where you guys decided to go.
We have an audience with the Lord in about an hour, or about 3 hours.
At 1 p.m.
Vondar went home and he found some fucking shit out.
Also, I'm a person again.
Looks at you confused. You weren't a person?
No.
Oh.
I work.
Gosh, this might have been a little late to do this, but he holds a hand out to you.
This is where you shake it.
Tentatively offer my hand.
I need you to call odd or even as he drops a rock in your hand.
Well, I already had to do that back there.
For
This is
you,
odd. I'll drop the rock.
well, good thing that you're a real person now, right? He shakes his head up and down, right?
I'm very scared. And I nod.
Good. All right, then I didn't hear you say that. You've always been real to me. I don't have to be beholden to anybody and report any miscreants.
Is that what they were talking about, the ban?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stop asking questions and stop talking, and I recommend we all follow that advice.
Oh, I mean, I'm kind of curious.
Apparently, the Emperor has been convinced by his mother that duplicates are not allowed. But he is partial to certain people having them, so he's instituted a rule that anytime an official comes across someone who is not the original person, they have to roll that rock and call odd or even. If they call it wrong, the rock will kill them.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a real person.
Like I said, I'd never heard you say anything at all. And you already rolled your rock, so you're approved.
That is very good to know.
The Mistress
I'm
of
glad
Time
no one was
apparently has a
murdered by a
problem with
rock.
clones.
So, does simulacrums also fall under that?
Yes. If you aren't the original, and it is discovered, then you must roll. That's only if you're discovered, Czar. It's fine. And Carcoon's clones are too powerful.
And Yuki will just make more.
Anyway. Yeah, the Emperor heard about there being a big mess down here, and somehow the whirlwind was involved, so he forced me to come deal with whatever's going on.
Well,
But if you guys got this under control, then we'll just handle the cleanup and let you deal with the politics and the mess of all that.
Right.
yeah, it might not be completely not our fault that this place has kind of been gone the way it has. It's not entirely not our fault, allegedly.
Basically,
Ah.
the solution to the problem was not the solution that the people wanted, but what we put in place is a better solution overall.
I'll trust you on that. As long as I see you get that endorsement by the end of this, it's fine. I'm not terribly concerned about all this.
Worms. All right.
Hey.
Let's go chill for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, got nothing better to do. Oh, I suppose that you and me need to discuss the whole banditry situation if you want to tag along for that.
The whole what situation?
You know, the Thunderdomes.
Oh right, yes. Well, I'm partially responsible for that. So yeah, let's go deal with that.
I mean,
Well-
that is,
Later.
after this, but
Yes.
we should come up with a plan.
Sorry.
Well, it's a good
Well-
thing I have amazing memory and I can remember.
Sorry.
I've got amazing memory, and there's no issues with my memories whatsoever.
Are you willing?
I'm always willing. That's a very odd question for you to ask. I'm gonna throw another rock.
Ghostly hands come out of Czar, and it hovers over to Simimar.
Hello?
It shakes up and down like it wants you to take what's in its hand.
Oh, sorry. Sure.
It drops it. It's a scroll that basically tells you that you carry Feldnot's authority.
Oh, snap.
And if you come across, fire giants, which are now apparently under his purview, you can tell them to fuck off.
Okay, I'm going to put this in the special bag of holding.
By the order of Nightshade. Fuck off.
That's actually, so to be more specific, that is exactly what it says, by the order of God Nightshade.
The easiest solution is probably just to destroy the Thunderdomes.
I mean, but yes, but that's boring.
What do you have in mind instead?
Going around, beating them up, and starting this drive for unity along the roadways, because the Thunderdomes were originally intended to be a place to rest, but also a place for people to come together to fight, to improve one's martial prowess, because if you're not strong in this world, you're dead.
You
So,
fight inside the Thunderdome. You don't fight things outside of the Thunderdome.
right. So, one of the goals, well, because originally I was doing it just to hide from, animals in the environment, but then it became a huge thing. The whole point of them is so everyday people can actually grow in strength so they can actually fend for themselves when dealing with, the terrors of the night. It was a very hands-off approach. Oh, let's see. It was the authority of Nightshade?
Yes.
So, I would like to try to get it to where we can keep the Thunderdomes around, people can keep getting stronger, and use the cult as a tool to better protect roadways, because instead of raiding merchants, they could be protecting merchants to, make things safer, jolly cooperation, everyone gets paid, stuff like that. And depending on how well that pays or goes out, I was tempted to establish a business for rest stops along the major roadways. But considering that no one else has really done that yet, that's a bit of a tricky hazard.
I need to go check up on my school that I'm building.
I mean,
Where are we going?
There actually are guards that patrol most of the major roads. You just have never run into them.
We ran into a shit ton of guards on the roads.
Those weren't guards.
They
Those were a
looking-
private army.
Yeah.
I think, okay, correction. You did run into one set of guards one time, and it was in the Elven Forest.
Oh yeah. And then they started running.
Yep.
200 miles away from where they would need to be. I hope they can keep that pace.
Are we here now?
Yes! For funsies, I'm going to cast Sending to the leader of that band, of that troop of guards, and I'm just going to ask, did you find them? Or I'm going to ask, did you find those things in the holes that I told you about that one time? And he recognizes who I am, so...
Well, he doesn't, because as you send, your sending fails as you learn your target is dead.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what was his target?
They got caught in the nuclear blast.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what nuclear blast, but sure. Okay, so just goof off for a couple hours until it's time to go talk to the candy.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm gonna go play in the lava river.
You most
Can
certainly
you?
can if you'd like to.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab-
or bathhouse maybe.
Bathhouse, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that spell scroll. Do you want to do this? In chat or private?
We'll keep it private.
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna study it now? Is the question.
I'm gonna teleport away because the last time I tried to read something that was a garbled mess, it it gave me a title. I got 2 titles off that technically. I don't blow up the guild hall anymore, dick. And Elysium hates me.
You're not wrong.
All people hate Riven for various reasons.
So I will teleport away to somewhere safe and read it.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Bathhouse.
Okay, so 2 people going to the bathhouse, 1 person reading a scroll of garbled mess.
I'm gonna go to the Adventurers Guild.
All right.
I follow
And
Wonder.
Thank you for answering my question. We are gonna get to the spell scroll last.
That's fine. Oh, God.
As you reach the Adventuring Guild, pretty much the same condition. I mean, you weren't there before Vondar, but say as player, same description. There are a bunch of... Actually, there's probably some Leon in here now trying to clean up the unconscious dwarves. Hello, welcome to Adventuring Guild.
Hi. Do you have I'd like to buy an amulet of spiritual obfuscation. It's very rare.
Sounds interesting. Since you're in your hometown, I roll twice. Apparently not.
All right. Then I would like the boon of perfect health.
You didn't take that? Yep.
Pay the 1,000 tokens. And I think that's it for me.
Did you need something, Clone Czar?
Nope.
Protecting the king.
I
Got
need,
it.
I need to not roll rocks.
Duly noted. People at the bathhouse. It's a bit of a misnomer. There aren't any baths here. Instead, they're like,
Sulfur Springs?
no, more like just salt vents and geysers that push out really hot air. And basically, it kind of works like water. You're basically scrubbing the filth from you. Or scoring, I mean, from the filth from you.
This is
like a relaxing, pampering, self-care establishment.
I remind you, you are in a dwarven city.
Yeah, we always could just go back to the Black City real quick.
We sure could, and be back in time for supper.
So is that a yes?
Yep.
All right. I will cut a rift open to a bathhouse in the Black City.
Easy enough. And there you find exactly what you'd expect.
Salvation at last.
Civilization.
So as you step through to the Black City, both of you notice immediately, like, your bodies, just a fuck ton of steam comes off of you as your body's surface temperature changes drastically.
So I'm also immune to cold, so I don't think I would be really affected by a severe change in temperature. But what about Cinnabar? Does he feel like cold?
I have resistance to cold and fire.
Yeah, it's just more of a visual effect than anything for you two.
Does anybody look at that weird?
Several people.
Don't go in there. It's like 180 degrees.
They just nod slowly and then walk away.
I forgot what normal temperature feels like because I don't really feel it anymore.
This is amazing. Now to relax for the next couple of hours.
Enjoy a warm bath.
I think we'd be able to. Give it maybe 30 minutes or so, get used to the temperature.
You guys get to enjoy your spa treatment for the next 5 hours or so. All right.
ATL.
Before I read this scroll, I would ask Feld for a dimension that's safe. So in case I explode, which I have a habit of doing when I read these things, there's no repercussions.
Unfortunately, I had sacrificed all my dimensions.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So unless you want to do it in my realm where the darkness may or may not eat you for attacking it.
I mean, can you hold him back long enough for me to get out?
No, I am currently in a gooey cocoon.
Could I ask Draven if he has a safe place for me to practice?
He'd tell you why not go to Elysium. It's a perfect place.
Well, the last time I was there, I pissed off the janitor.
Exactly. He's the only one left.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we're going back.
I'm kidding. I could drop you in the Cloud City, but I don't think you would like that.
Yeah.
How about I drop you in the desert?
No.
You just feel like you feel yourself get flicked, and you're in the middle of the desert.
No.
You're in the middle of a giant blackened crater.
Fuck. I do not want to be in a desert.
Well, this would be the one place where you just couldn't do any damage.
Well, that's debatable because there's the entity that consumes all the magic.
It's dead by now.
No, there's no fucking way that thing is dead. As many campaigns as we force-fed that thing, there's no way.
Well, you know.
Fucking here I am, I guess. God damn it. All right, I'm gonna start reading. What's the worst that could happen?
Roll a d20.
Watch this be one of the times where rolling low was better than rolling high. It's always how it works. It's always how my rolls work. Yep. Here it comes. Go ahead, give me the bad news, sir.
Well, there's no bad news because we haven't made the rolls yet. All you did was determine which spell it was. I need to make me 3 Arcana checks,
Okay.
but make them one at a time because it might change whether you have advantage, regular, or disadvantage. All right. So next one is at.
These will be an advantage because of
Not with this specifically.
Okay.
No skill can help you with this without a specific feat.
Okay, hold on. Then
But
gonna be...
that's fine. 14, 13.
It would have been a 1.
I know, I was trying to figure out 1 plus 21. So 22, that's still good. Go ahead and roll the next one at advantage now.
Okay.
And give me one more at advantage. You are nothing but consistent.
Yeah.
So the first time you read it, the spell kind of like, you're like reading it, it jerks you forward almost off of your feet as the words and letters and sigils just jump off the page like they want to just tear into reality as you try to read, understand, and speak them. From this, you understand that you need to make certain somatic gestures, and you start moving your hands in rhythm with the way that the scroll is moving. And as you move the scroll, it starts to kind of calm down instead of erratically jumping directions. It follows your hand movements, but the words start to like shoot out from the page and try to choke you. And this is where you realize that the verbal has to be spoken in a specific way that you are not used to as a wizard. But you realize that this is very similar to how you cast spells as a dragon rider. So you learn one thing is that it is very difficult for these spells to be cast by someone who is undertrained, because dragon riders don't cast normally anyway. This is a little different for you.
Okay.
And as you go to cast the spell, you reach out your hand as it tells you, and nothing, because there's no target. You realize that this is a melee spell attack.
Okay. Can I... I'm gonna try it again, but this time I will summon I will, because I need to practice to see the gravity of the situation. I'm going to use Elemental Master.
Oh fuck! So you use a epic level elemental summon to summon a. Let's see. I have to roll 2 because it's gonna count.
Because I get to, because I have total control over them, right? Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
So like,
so the first one is a fire type, and the second one is an earth type.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna use this on them. That's interesting play. Make a melee spell attack for me.
I don't even know how to. Do I?
Just roll
A d20 plus, what is it for it? It's d20.
It tells d20 plus spellcasting mod plus proficiency.
13, 17. Yep, 19 ain't gonna hit.
We don't know that yet.
Do you have anything that gives plus spell hit?
It's just casting modifier plus proficiency, right? plus d20? Yeah, I don't think so.
Hang on, I still haven't even looked at this creature's AC yet.
Oh, spell attack would be plus 27, so it should be
Yes.
29. 29, yeah.
Well, I mean, you would have hit with the 17, so.
Okay.
Apparently, an Elder Fire Elemental only has 15 AC.
Jesus Christ. That's it.
Well, they're only CR 13, which is still really high for a summoning spell, but you're about to throw something at it that's not. All right, well, you hit. A +5. Do they have? That sucks for them. They don't have any proficiencies in saving throws. So they just get to make a straight con save +5, or a straight con check, basically.
Well, DC is 37.
Yeah. What fucking level are you again?
I'm 10.
Oh god, this poor thing. It's not dead, but you fuck it up with 130 points of damage, 100 of it being force and 30 of it being necrotic damage.
Okay. Would I understand what I had cast?
You do.
Yeah, I think Fort had that spell, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
I was glad that
I
Fort
didn't
was
use
the one
it
who got
much.
it. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. That is not something I can just import, right?
It should be in the compendium under epic
Is it?
spells.
Okay. Perfect. I will dismiss them.
You're lucky you have total control over them, otherwise that fire elemental would want to kill you.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Well, isn't it they die and then an elder one comes out or a stronger one comes out after that?
No, just a
remember.
second one comes out. It basically summons two. You get to summon one, and then once you kill that one, a second one then comes out.
No, it's a
For
third
the
one.
4 elements.
So when one dies, another one, and then it dies, the second one dies, a third one comes out, and then a fourth. Is it just 3?
Yes,
It's 3.
it's 4. He's right.
Oh, it is 4.
You go through all 4 elements. You just choose
That's right,
2 elements at
right.
once, and then it cycles through the last 2.
Okay. Cool. That's it for me. I will teleport back to the group, and I will pray to Draven saying thank you.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Riven teleports to the group. He gets flicked in the head and is immediately back in the desert.
What? Why?
Rude to me, you asshole.
Wait, what?
You don't think I can't hear your inner monologue?
That wasn't me. I didn't even say that. That wasn't me.
Sure sounded like you. And then just continues about his day.
All right.
5 hours goes by. The other 2, I assume, join back up with the group after their pampering.
Hey, we needed that pampering. Too long in the... I don't know how to describe it. The furnace that is the Dwarven City.
As you step back through the portal, immediately really feels like a blast furnace. It's just constantly on here.
Why did we leave? We were used to this.
want to go fight some stuff.
You want to beat up some giants?
I do.
Excellent.
Pretty soon a messenger comes for you. You are wanted at the palace.
Let's go.
Yep.
What was that I determined earlier? So that's 6 dwarven cities, 2 families in each, and then the rest are always in the Calderum. So, as you enter the throne room, it's actually rearranged a little bit compared to the last time you were here. And I mean, when I say a little bit, a lot, actually. It's like a completely different room, even though you know you went through the same doors. Basically, you guys see a raised platform where a bunch of chairs are arranged for you, and then in a ring above that platform were a bunch of large stone chairs, one which looks at kind of dead center of this half moon circle. It's ornate, more ornate than the rest, which you recognize immediately as the throne from the other room or other configuration. And so what's the number again? Sorry, my brain is frying. Trying to understand this. You'll see 10 chairs are vacant with 10 dwarves sitting in the other chairs that are occupied. You would see Lord Kazik. You would see Grimdar Ruin Guard, the man who was disheveled and disgraced, quote unquote. You would see those 3. You would see a man who could only be described as Emberbeard, as he has really bright red hair and it looks like the ends of his beard are like cinders. Where is my... There they are. Sorry, I had to find my list of dwarves. So you have Kazik, you have Emberbeard, you have I call him Grimdar Ruined. I knew I had this backwards. Damn notes. It's Umadin Ruin Guard. Or Umadine Ruin Guard. And then you'd have Duchess, Oakenforge, Silverbringer, Hammerfest, Thunder Armor, and Opal Branch. So several very ornate looking dwarven ladies wearing attire that kind of matched the... This is going to go over some people's heads, but the rest of you will remember what Vestiel was wearing when she first joined the group. Her fancy clothes and stuff. And the rest are dwarven men who are also they actually look like they've taken time to clean themselves up. Even Ruin Guard no longer looks disheveled. I mean, his clothes still look really worn out for a noble, but you can tell that this is like his better suit that he has. Oh good, everyone is here. We have no more stragglers. He's not looking at you in particular, but he's like looking around the room to make sure that everybody... You can kind of see that he's kind of taking account to make sure everybody's there. Where is the people's representative? A dwarf will step up kind of from the shadows behind him. Whisper something. Oh. That's too bad. We must make note to make the bridges safer. Those lava worms are becoming a problem in the river. Also, Before we begin business, we should also put on the docket to vote in a new people's representative. You just hear a sense, I, yeah, blah blah blah. All right. Well, I have called forth this meeting to bring to light the situation at hand. We have been duped, ladies and gentlemen. Not us, you. Quiet! Until we are done. Until I am done with my opening address, none shall speak. As he bangs like a tankard, but he's banging it loud enough that you could mistake it for a gavel.
Is he wearing a powdered wig?
No. My dwarves aren't British. Or French. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Scottish made fun of the British for wearing powdered wigs. Anyway. It seems Lord Surtur promised us many things and did not deliver, and in fact, sort of enslaved us. This is problematic because we now do not have a ruling deity again. But a bigger problem is that our volcano is going to explode without Surtur's scions there to quell the fires. We also have the problem of the cult of Surtur running amok in town.
I mean, we can stop the cult.
Well,
I would
and
say
Smack
that.
Riven. I smack Simimar.
telepathically to the party. Aren't Tiamat's dragons in place? Or going to be?
And we've been given distressing news that that problem in itself might be solved, but it might be solved by dragons. So I shall open the floor to discussion, as we need to know what to do.
Now's when you guys can talk, because he said wait till I finish.
This is why I use telepathic speech.
I still smack you because I represent law now.
On the
he does,
authority
which is
of
the crazy.
Nightshade. Fuck off.
All right, well, I guess let's tackle this one at a time.
I removed my
The
gauntlet,
volcano.
sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is there about to be a duel that is going to take place? We do love a good spat in our political arenas, but can we save it for after?
Or for an actual conflict arises. The
Yeah,
I guess-
problem of the volcano will resolve as soon as the dragons are in place.
But why dragons, though? You couldn't have picked something else.
Can you think of another being besides fire giants and dragons that can exert that kind of influence over an environment?
You
And-
bring a valid point, brother.
The king
But
wanted the
Dragons!
There was not a superior option forthcoming at the time.
I even hate to say this, Lynx. And as he says the word Lynx, the rest of you are casual about him because you've literally bought from him and you know his wares. But there's almost like you hear a as all the other dwarves are spitting on the ground.
They're like, "Let's-"
He literally stole their business from them. Before Lynx came along, the fastest you could get an artifact was like 56 work weeks, plus probably some more time because there was always a trial and error period. And then this joker of an artificer just comes around and throws out artifacts in the same day delivery. That's unheard of and crazy, and he goes on a rant for about 4 minutes about this.
I just kind of rubbed in my ring of winter.
Okay, you make a fair point. Fire dragons are a good replacement and strong. Especially
And you
since I
can
don't know
communicate
any...
with them.
But you couldn't have got, like, bronze or gold or, you know, the non-evil kind.
Balance must be maintained, I think, is something that was considered when...
I raised my hand.
Yes. Little goblin.
What alignment was Surtur?
That's my point.
Oof.
You're just replacing evil with evil.
It was Tiamat who made the offer.
Yeah, Tiamat has mended her ways.
I have seen no evidence of this. Well, if there's a guarantee from a goddess, that generally requires some sort of pact, and the pact is made between you and her, I assume. So as long as they maintain the volcano and tell us what their requirements are so that we can accommodate for it, such as not going near the cradle or leaving a sacrifice of a sheep or whatever. I suppose this is the best option we have.
Well, that's resolved.
You see him looking expectantly around at the other dwarves like they're supposed to be saying something, but none of them got nothing.
So what's next on the agenda?
You can tell a lot of them are like nursing a hangover.
Or probably a steel chair concussion.
Yeah, that too. The symptoms look eerily similar. All right. Next on the agenda is the cult of Surtur. Obviously, they're going to lose a lot of traction because, you know, their god is dead. But that still doesn't mean that's still going to be problematic.
We did apprehend one of their leaders, though, given how many guards were under the control of Surtur, I'm not sure she actually got arrested.
Son of a bitch!
If you could give my name, write down the name for us. Dwarf will come kind of from a space below you, with like a quill and parchment. I'll have it passed over to the Leonins who are still here and have them double check to make sure.
All right. Anyone remember the name?
I would request to roll a dice for this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna call her Gertrude.
I don't know if we ever did, but like I automatically remember everything, and if we heard the name, I would remember it.
Yeah, we definitely had her name.
We heard her name.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
sure. it was
I
Gertrude.
asked her
I
name.
would repeat the name. And write it down.
Gertrude Iron Anvil.
Buffering.
Fuck, Prussia.
Remember it was Ember Stone, I think, but I don't remember her first name.
Gertrude Emberstone.
It's not any of the messages he sent me, so.
Yeah, I know, that's because it was Grim who made up her name on the fly and then didn't write it down.
Oh no, I wrote it down, but I closed that fucking notepad. It was lava something.
Oh, lava, yeah, you're right. Like lava stone.
The character remembers, even if neither the players nor the DM remember.
To be fair, I was a player at the time, not a DM, and I was not even there.
Well, then the DM in this case is great.
Snowman Czar wasn't there either. Anyway, so yes, you write down the name, which I will be filled in later. All right, well, we will look into seeing whether she has been apprehended. Otherwise, we need to put out a citywide notice to apprehend any remaining cult members and detain them to make sure that they do not cause problems, and then perhaps have them sent to reformment camps.
Would you like a physical description? A visual aid?
I'm sure that is somewhere within our records.
Fair enough.
All right, so we will be issuing a notice to the guards to apprehend any cult members.
Elvira Lavastone.
Ah, yes. Good old Longstone.
And now for the third critical issue I need to bring to the council today. And before he finishes talking, Ruin Guard will raise their hand. Yes, Duke Ruin Guard. What do you have to say? What do you have to report? Oh, it's nothing to report, sire. It's just, a few of us feel like this could have been avoided if we had a stronger leader in place. As he kind of looks at you guys expectantly. So, I'm thinking that it's time for someone else to take the throne.
I like to think that after he says that, you could hear a pin drop in the throne room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And basically, you all have high enough passive perceptions and insights combined to understand what you can basically read a person's body language and facial expressions. No one in this room is happy by the suggestion, but it's not like an anger of why did he suggest that. It's a fuck, he's telling the truth. Except Kazik, who just looks pissed off. How dare you question my leadership? I have done nothing but bring prosperity to our dwarves. Yeah, and enslavement to a fucking psychopath.
This is dwarf politics. I'm a little elf, and I'm just gonna take a step back.
Surely no one else. Surely not no one else. Surely everyone else feels the same. If he hadn't gotten himself ensnared by a divine and invited them in the first place, this would not be a problem. Then how do you suggest that we were supposed to take care of the erupting volcano issue after the awakening of the heart? And they just bicker back and forth for a very long time.
I'm gonna clear my throat at one point, and then as going to try to command the presence of the room, and I would assert any dwarf here who feels like that they have the mental fortitude to resist the mind control of a divine, step forward and proclaim it now.
Oof.
I'm gonna push Vondar forward. I'm kidding.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
That's actually what that amulet I was trying to get does. Well, not divine. but-
Perfect. Then I'm definitely gonna push you forward.
I don't have it.
Vondar for king.
And pretty much all of them step forward, but you all immediately just passively insight know that their body language says that they're lying. They're just
Okay,
trying
I
to save
will.
face.
I
Who's
will.
going to prove it?
You have a divine to test us, lass?
Whips out the scroll by the authority of Nightshade.
And I love that you just did that. As you hold the scroll, it glows, and they all drop to their knees.
Actually, sir, we have several.
Respectfully,
Why
I
do you
believe-
have that?
respectfully, I believe my point has been made. Your king is not at fault for such events, and I will take a step back.
I will put the scroll away.
I'm
While
sure
this is
everyone's
happening,
point to the king for that.
I would ask, how long was he king prior to the God? I forgot his fucking name. The divine you
Peter?
and yes, took over.
50 years.
He ruled for 50 years before that.
Yes.
And what
This
was
is-
life like during that?
Neither good nor bad. It's not as good as he proclaims it to be. It was about average. It was not average. It was absolutely an incline in economics. We have more dwarves, we have more money, we have more materials. That's only because you tapped into the resources below the cradles, which you were warned not to do the first time. The bickering starts again.
Now we're bringing up valid criticism, so I will not intervene now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just like, don't call him on getting possessed by a god. That's not fair.
Especially since literally all of them were also under the same effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like
I was actually going to, if that hadn't gone the way it was, I was actually going to, that person who says you have a god to test us, I'd be like, I can put you on your knees, and I would have done it the right way, but I would have been like, dominate person, kneel.
I would have psychic screamed and just popped his head.
Oh, jeez, please no.
And that's when the party finds out what the requirements to become a king is.
Survive
people
a psychic stream.
No, epic level 40 at minimum. When your emperor is epic level 99, your kings have to have at least some stake in the game to be considered a king under him.
Is that so? The king here is epic level 40, the dwarf.
Oh, you guys don't know that, but yes.
Presumably.
While they're bickering, the king still wearing that ring of doublespeak?
No, it does not. It's strangely not on his hand anymore.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So everything that's been thrown around so far has been pretty much a version of the truth. None of it's been a lie. It's just been, like, subjective truth. I mean, if your economic numbers are going up, they're going up. But if it's not, if everyone else doesn't feel the effect, then their argument is valid to a certain degree. So, I mean, it's not been any lies. It's just not been any full truths either.
Okay.
Which you're starting to learn that's what you should expect from a political arena.
Yeah.
If they're not going to straight up lie, they'll at least tell you a half truth. Because most politicians actually have the ability to tell when people are lying to them. Anyway, so this argument, again, the arguing goes on for about 4 minutes about semantics and positioning. And then Kazakh just bangs his fist. There are 2 ways to solve this issue, Duke Ruingard. Either you challenge me yourself directly, or you call a vote to see if the majority agrees with you. If they do, then we will do as our ancestors have demanded since time memoriam, and hold
Hands.
clan. Damn it, Zar, you made me literally forget the word because you said that.
I like to think this happens in character.
I do want you to know, as you said that, the only thing that popped into my head was the Grinch song at the end when they're singing.
Sorry.
You strike me down, that's fine. That's totally worth it.
Just broke his ankles.
There was a dwarven word for it, but I can't remember it now because it's gone. Okay, the word means clan meetings, which basically means that all the politicians separate and have to go back to their clan-controlled space in the city, and basically they have to then play the political game of gaining favor of basically getting other nobles under to basically back them to be the king.
Oh, so kind of what we're doing right now, but they're doing it to be king. We're just doing it to be friends.
Yes, right. Yes, you're basically trying to get backing, and you only need the backing of one. In order to become the king, they basically have to have 70% of the nobles backing them, or enough of a lean that says 51% of the population. So either 70% of the nobles or 51% of the population of Caldorum supports this. And actually it's more than Caldorum, but I'm just using that as an example, since this is actually going to affect the entirety of Dwarven nations if this vote is passed. Ruingard looks at him and goes, "There's no one here crazy enough to challenge you to a one-on-one fight. Except for maybe who's down there, but they don't know any better." Except for that snowman. That snowman knows nothing at all. Alright, then you can tell that when he talked to you, he had the confidence behind what he was saying. And when he mentioned it a minute ago, he has the confidence. But now that he's actually on the spot, you can tell that he's hesitating. Call to order a vote.
Oh, I was gonna actually ask Vondar if if one of us should challenge the king
No.
as a representative for this guy, if you want a swifter resolution to this throne thing.
No.
Now you want to play the long game and let it just play out.
I want us not to be murdered.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine with getting murdered. I can get resurrected.
King candidate has spoken.
All right, Vondar has spoken. I will remain silent.
And as you guys were having this conversation, they start, and slowly but surely you can see that you can see where everybody's feelings on the matter lie, because at the end of the vote there are 21 seats total present. Well, there are 21 seats total, but of which 10 are not being represented because their representatives are in their respective cities. So the 11 remaining, 7 of them want to push for a king's contest. And I'll give you the better word later once I figure it out. But that's basically what they're pushing for, is a king's contest. I see how it is. But by rule of law, we must uphold the sanctity of the vote. Majority has voted to pass, so we shall pass. This cabinet now shall disperse, return to their ancestral homes, and begin preparations for the king's contest. Thank you, adventuring party Whirlwind, for joining us on these. I was hoping we could get a little more participation, but whatever. Please enjoy our city and know that we will, at least while I am a king, there will be little hindrance to you while you are here.
Oh. Thank you, Your Excellency.
I thought just because we weren't dwarfs, we weren't supposed to speak up.
But basically, one by one, they kind of get up and leave.
So about the endorsement for the Emperor's.
Unfortunately, if I remain king, you shall have my endorsement. But until this contest is resolved, I speak as a king, but I am not the king until that contest is decided.
How long do these how long does these contests usually last?
We get it done in our own time. If you'd like, you could make a insight check to that, similar to see what you assume about dwarves, because you do know
knowing dwarves, it's gonna be another century.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you assume. That's what your insight would tell you. Is basically, dwarves don't move very. Vondar's an exception, but generally speaking, dwarven society does not move fast on anything. There's a reason why they're known as the people of the
you
rocks.
should have let me at him. I would have gone. Ready. So, out of characters, does this mean that we have to now find a second political partner for him to get the endorsement from?
Or maybe you could do something to speed the contest up.
Yeah, I would like to try to track down various nobles and try to push them in favor of the current of Kasich.
I would like to ask the current king, is there anybody here that can actually challenge him in power?
Oh,
that
he's
actually
gone.
has the strength?
He's gone.
Oh, shit.
You guys are literally just standing in the throne room right now. But no one's. He said, as long as it's his authority, which it is currently, he is not going to have you hindered. So you're allowed to loiter.
That's awesome.
The guard, you can tell, like, again, passive perception's coming into play. You can tell the guards are a little annoyed, and they're, like, eyeing you, but they can't do anything about it right now.
I wave.
Blasted elf.
Hee hee hee.
Let's get out of here. I want to try and find some of these nobles, see if I can convince them to support Kazakh.
Sounds good.
So you guys exit the castle, and I mean, there's no more dwarves. You would still see a good deal of Leonin, kind of not like standing around, but close by. You can tell they're observing things, and Leothar is still near the main gate.
Hmm.
And almost like super fast clockwork, you all would see a crier just kind of running through the city, tossing newspapers.
I'll pick up a newspaper.
King's Contest announced. Preliminary stage is to begin in 2 weeks.
Oh, good news. We can level up. Would I know exactly what's involved with the King's Contest? Or has it been too long since it's happened?
I wouldn't say it's been too long. It's just one of those things where you do know it's basically one family has to do enough favors for another family in order to gain their blessing, or sometimes there's just ancient allegiances that have already been in play. A lot of the game is basically the clans will pick who they think is the best, which usually it starts out as their own leader is the best. So it's up to other leaders to then go to those clans and convince them, or have people underneath them convince them, so that they can then convince people, downward up at that point to join. And basically, the nobles have to get the majority of other nobles to vote for them. The other way that a win can be achieved is if a noble can basically somehow wrangle the consensus of the people to basically empower him with their trust, which they do through various means of like charity and promises, kind of like modern day presidential campaigning. But it's generally a long drawn out process. The fastest kings contest was done in 6 months. But that was like, it really wasn't necessary for it to be that long. It's just how dwarves operate. But practically every family backed Kazakh at that time. So for everything to shift it's been 50 years, but for everything to shift like this, there has to have been more to the story than you were let in on. Or there's some other force at play that is influencing the behavior of others, which you guys didn't see that, but that doesn't mean it's not a possibility.
So, what do you guys want to do? You want to hang around here and try to speed up the election, or
Well,
seek out another lord?
Since we have
Or
2 weeks, I have to resolve the Thunderdome issue.
do we want to take the 2 weeks of downtime?
Yeah, I can stay here with Vondar if he's gonna do his 2 weeks here, and we can try and persuade. Oh, Vondar, you know what I was thinking? What if we go talk to Tiamat and see, like, if she would like to, back the current ruler, and if the current ruler gets dethroned, then she fucking, lavas the place.
Not a bad idea, but maybe not lava the place. Simply, we don't want to turn the dwarves further
Blow
against
smoke
the
up their
dragon.
ass.
Perhaps she can just give an endorsement to Lord Kasich, saying something like she would prefer his continued cooperation or something like that.
His experience.
So, yeah, I'll work on that. Unless you wanted to talk to her.
No, you can. I have really good persuasion, but
Yeah.
I might go with you.
You mean go with me?
To talk to Tiamat.
Where the fuck you gonna go? Are you gonna go to her?
I know. Oh. Are you gonna go to her to talk to her?
Why would you go to a god to talk to them?
I don't know.
Lay out the appropriate ritual, which you get down and you do your reverence. I mean, if you want to go to her, sure, let's go.
No, I'm fine with either.
I don't know where she is though.
Me either.
But I mean, if you want to go in front of a dragon, we just go in front of the great worm that is here in the lower depths.
No, it's fine. Are we doing downtime, or are we what or do we want to resolve this first and then do downtime for the leveling?
I mean, it sounds like a bit of both right now, because it's not like. I mean, yes, you can make progress through diplomacy preemptively, but, it's not going to really kick off till the 2 weeks are over with.
Part of me.
Well, and you
said-
got like Vondar has an extra 6 hours after the training every day that he can, put in the good word. And if he's doing his training here, then he doesn't have to travel.
part of
11
me
hours
said
if
that
with the reduced sleep.
Part of me suspects that the dwarves won't even entertain talk of what's going on until the 2 weeks are over.
That, but also, I mean, sure, we've been granted the king's ability to move unobstructed, but how many nobles are really going to want to talk to elves?
I mean, they'll talk to a dwarf, and I gestured Lundar. I mean, I assume he's going to be doing most of the moving and talking.
Yeah.
Good qualities for a king to have. Good time to learn. I mean, yeah, I can call out a dwarf when they're being hypocritical, but
I can stab
Probably.
something really hard, but that's about it. So this kind of does feel like a do your own thing for the next 2 weeks sort of thing.
Yep.
Ugh. Which I would like to cash in my crystal and 1,000 tokens for a boon.
You can use your the token you got from. Oh no, you're very right. Oh no, yeah, got that. Did you use the gift from Phil? Not yet.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were doing what?
Yeah, I did so. I've been doing some thinking. I'm like, well, I need these things so I don't explode myself accidentally when I come up to something that has reflect, and that's kind of more important than doing damage right now. Because as funny as it would be to turn myself into pink mist again, yeah, no.
Forget. Draven is Dragon Rider, right?
Yes, he is.
All right, then I'm gonna go to Draven and work on magic in the extra 5 hour with him for the extra 5 hours that I get.
Okay.
And then work on leveling.
Okie dokie. Okay, so that's what Ribbon is doing. What is the Steel doing?
I'm just gonna do my 2 weeks of downtime for level 11 unless Sibamar needs me for the Thunderdromes.
I mean, you'd be welcome to come, but you probably wouldn't be able to level up because of how active we would be, so that's on you.
Hey, Phil, not. Can you throw me in the hyperbolic time chamber for a day?
It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
You're gonna have to
offer-
wait. You're gonna have to wait. One moment. Where did I write that down?
Phil not starts making dialogue.
44 weeks.
Is that inside or outside of the hyperbolic time chamber?
Outside the hyperbolic time chamber. How long is it gonna take him to level up? He's going from basically divine rank 7 to 20.
Alright.
Because he took a small stop at 15, and then you guys threw Czar at fucking Surtur. And that took him from 15 to 20. So there's a lot of shit going on now.
But I guess what I would do during my 2 weeks is I would relocate back to this Black City, and in that 2 weeks, I'm going to be training on level 11, and I am also in my spare time going to be trying to manage and get my school up and running.
Okay. You can definitely get that up and going in 2 weeks. So Simar, you're going around bashing things.
Yep. I am basically enforcing my own sort of martial code to the Thunderdomes and getting the people that are, basically abusing or misusing the Thunderdomes to spread the good word so that hopefully this will spread and we will build a community of strong individuals that will kill monsters and not attack caravans. But they also now have a face to the person who's been, making the Thunderdomes.
Fair enough.
I will also be making a detailed map of all of the locations, so that way if there is a problem that occurs, I can open up a rift to that Thunderdome and resolve it personally, which I would like to purchase some signs to put them up so that if a merchant or someone needs help, they can send for me.
This is when Simar remembers that he can just grow wood out of his hand.
You know, that's true. I have to absorb the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the main reason why I wanted the Sword of Plains with multiple uses, as well as the Mythalar. Because I'm probably going to be teleporting a lot.
Okay. All right, and then Fondar. Just doing your 2 weeks of downtime, and then kind of in your off time, working on some of the families.
Yep. If I can't fully campaign yet, I'll at least feel out who's on the fence, who's leaning towards Kazakh, that sort of thing.
Okay, I'll have something prepared for you next week about that. But yes, it's basically the latter. You can't really help anybody yet, but you can get at least everybody's political opinion of Kazakh or where their allegiances currently lie by the time the contest, quote unquote, starts.
Great.
And Zar, you're following Fondar around?
Yeah, and also like while he's training, then I'm going to be talking to the dragons and Tiamat to find out what they are looking, what type of deal they're looking for. What are they? How many chickens need to be sacrificed? And like trying to see if I can point them into, a beneficial deal with the dwarfs, not like the one way, and seeing if they'll back the current leader.
Okay.
The compendium or the journal where we put the stuff for Dragon Rider?
I might have to re-import that.
I don't think it's in here now.
That's what I said. I might need to import
Okay.
it.
Just need to make it for Wrath Dragon.
I could pull it from one of my others. All right, well, that's going to be a good place to stop because I got a lot of stuff I need to prepare for you guys.
Is it Lucindra 18th or 19th that you want me to put the date that we return on?
18th.
Okay.
2 weeks down, 42 more to go, Czar. We only had to pick 44. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to stream today. If you enjoyed our content, please feel free to drop us a follow. We would really appreciate the support. And tune in Mondays and Wednesdays for our D&D content. Want to keep up with the events and extra streams? Please check out our Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on the schedule releases and updates for the streams, including extra streams that we may not have on schedule. And if you would like to see previous content that we've done, check us out on YouTube at Epitaph of Creation. Thank you so much for coming out today, and have a good night, everybody.